Greetings everyone. Today we'll be looking at how to search databases using keywords. By databases we mean electronic databases. So uh, we'll start first of all with keywords. How to search with keywords. So keywords are actually used as in PubLine and PubMed and Medline. So if you go to www.pubmed.com, you would need specific words as keywords to search for any research article. These are known as mesh words. By mesh, we mean medical subject headings. So it's an abbreviation for medical subject headings. So, and these mesh words are very specific um, terminologies that are relevant to the specific article that you're searching for. And uh, you can't use a lot of synonyms with mesh, so you need to know the mesh words that are relevant to your subject of interest. And what you can do is you can just search for these mesh words uh, in the abstract of the research articles, and they are given below as keywords. So this is an example. This is an article taken from Medline. So it's mass media and self-esteem, body image and eating disorder tendencies. So all of these are actually mesh words, and this is where you can actually find the mesh words. They are actually categorized. The articles are actually categorized in subjects based on the mesh words. So whenever you're searching for any article, you need to enter the precise or the exact subject headings known as mesh words. So if you have the right combination of these subject headings or mesh words, then your search will not only be faster, but will be more effective, and it will save you a lot of time. Now, there are other ways of combining keywords when you're searching. Now, the first and foremost is the Boolean technology, or the Boolean use of using AND. So if you use AND in for any article, so it will search for articles or publications that have both uh, the terms that you're looking for. For instance, if you're looking for vision and perception, then it will search for journal articles that have both these terminologies together. Another way of using it is using OR. You use OR when either of the keywords can be searched for in any journal. So, and another way of searching is not. If you write inpatients or OPT patients and not outpatients, so it will select only those articles that have inpatients mentioned, and it will not be selecting any of those patients that are inpatients. So AND is more specific, uh, and AND is more specific, while OR is more broader in terms, and it will get you more. You will be able to retrieve more articles with it. And same thing is not. Not is very specific and will only give you what you have asked for. Now, what are the databases that you use to search? So before we go on to the databases, one of the search strategies is that you should always try to find local articles uh, that are based on the local research. And then once you have found those articles, then you can go on to the regional search. And from the regional search, then you go on to the international electronic databases. So in terms of Pakistan, the local search engines are the Google Scholar, ResearchGate, and PARC, www.parcmedinet.com. Although there are not many articles in parcmedinet.com, but it is a very important search engine from a Pakistani perspective. And from the regional perspective, we have Google Scholar and ResearchGate. And as far as international electronic databases are concerned, then we have the indexed Medline or PubMed, ProQuest, and Cochrane libraries are actually used for searching systematic reviews, while Scopus also has good quality journals in the Q1 and Q2 categories. And so international databases can be searched through these search engines. So besides these search engines, you can actually search for the key journals. uh, in the relevant subjects. And then there are the bibliographies of systematic reviews and bibliographies of key journal articles. Besides, you can actually see who has actually cited them in Google Scholar and use those citations as relevant material where you can actually search. And besides, then there is the Google and the Gray literature. Uh, we'll be talking about the Gray literature, but first you need to know about publication bias. So what is publication bias? Publication bias is actually a lot of journals, they choose not to publish clinical trials that do not produce interesting findings. An example is the use of antimalarial drug in COVID-19 infection, and these clinical trials, you don't see many journals publishing these clinical trials, and they're very hard to find in the published literature. But these clinical trials are registered, and you can look them up at www.clinicaltrials.gov, and we'll be showing you other clinical trial databases. But so this exactly is the publication bias. So, and whenever there are negative results, most of the journals, they don't prefer to publish those. So and this is where the publication bias comes in, and this is the reason why you need to search for relevant literature in the Gray literature. So now we'll be focusing on the Gray literature. Gray literature is literature that is not officially regarded as a published literature. So anything which doesn't have a DOI or digital optic identifier is known as Gray literature. These include research reports, policy documents, some dissertation and theses, as well as conference abstracts. Now, conference abstracts, there are some international conference abstracts that have a single DOI given to all of the abstracts. So, and if there's a DOI to it, then it's not considered as Gray literature. Now, unpublished research also comes in Gray literature. Preprints. A lot of authors are actually sharing preprints now in Research Square and ResearchGate. Now this also comes in the Gray literature because it's still not it's still unpublished and has not gone through the peer review process, as well as companies' fiscal reports or audit reports. All of these are Gray literature. So where can we find these Gray literatures? These Gray literatures can usually be found from Google, and you need to use the Google advanced search features. And you can also limit the file type. For instance, if it's a policy document related to COVID-19, then all you need to do is to just select the format of Acrobat Reader PDF. Then it will only select for reports or policies that are available in PDFs. Once you have identified the Gray literature, then you need to manually enter this Gray literature using any software or reference manager such as EndNote. And another way of finding the Gray literature is through the news reports and the news channels, and they all have websites. You can now actually search from Google as well, and Google can really be helpful in finding the Gray literature. And key institutions in the field can also be looked up, and their publication list can also be searched for. Now there are databases for Gray literature, and we'll be looking at these databases. There's the European Gray literature, and then we have the Ethos for the British thesis, and then we have the trial registers. We have the clinical trials, which is the American-based clinical trial, but almost all of the countries are actually registering on clinical trials. Then we have a larger database, and that is the WHO database of clinical trial registry, where a lot of clinical trials have been registered but not published yet. Another site for databases where you can find conference abstract is given here, and you can actually look up at Scopus, where they have a list of unpublished conference abstracts. So lastly, whenever you're using electronic databases, you need to be very specific using mesh keywords so that you can find what you're looking for. And don't forget to reference the Gray literature, specifically if you can't find published article in any field or research topic that you're interested in. And there is no such thing as parent article. you should never cherry pick just one article and consider it sufficient, but you should go on searching the gray literature as well as the published literature in order to find what an answer to your research question. And you should keep revising your searches based on the article that you have that you have found, and then by using those keywords you can actually find more articles. So this is all for now. I'll be showing you how to insert references for gray literature in our next videos. Thank you for watching this video.